Brothers and sisters, generals, righteous, greater, stronger. That's what we, as brothers and sisters, families, generals, that's what we develop along this divine path if we stay with it and stay focused. And there are many paths. Some of us become really heightened self-awareness. We get that awareness, brother or sister, young or old. And some it's a challenge to get to. But it's different. I think it's different levels to self-awareness, of course. Just one's opinions, theory. And we know when we get up in those, when we study and we seek awareness, and awareness can be in many areas to make us righteous, greater, stronger. That's what that great divine does. That's one's purpose. We all find out what our purpose is. It doesn't always have to be this big platform or being seen or being this big star. It's just being what? All melanated brothers and sisters, or any general or anyone with a right intent and a good heart, and that's looking for right for within themselves, even if they're not known or seen. It's all about what that great divine has developed deep within our soul, and how we feel, as we all say, in that divine spirit, deep within mind, body, and soul. Because when we can get to a space when we are sane and we are not swayed, wavered, bullied, breaking down, and we stay steadfast through the challenges, and we're not floating on some damn cloud, and we have clarity, all those good tools that great divine gives us along the way, righteous, greater, stronger. We have to speak positive words into ourselves, into the world. Get over the weird things. If it's for the good, and many of us have come through different ways of getting to that truth, but all of us will come to that truth one way or another. No matter who we are, everybody comes to that truth, whether we are in some type of religion or not. And I want to give another salute to Usher. And I listened to his clip when he spoke again. And I spoke about this recently on a podcast I did a couple days ago about there's a true brother is unlike no other, but it takes practice getting to this. Certain things we don't do anymore or tolerate when we become a true brother or a true sister. But I salute Usher for having the courage. I know he's in the limelight, famous celebs. A lot of us have done research and have our little theories on celebs. But let's honor our brothers or sisters that have the courage to stand up and speak what brothers and sisters need to hear and what the public need to hear. I seen the small clip, but I did hear his mic got cut off. And, it's a shame. We can't even speak strong about a strong black man or black fathers, because that's what he was speaking on. And he came real with it. And I can relate to what Usher was speaking on, righteous, greater, stronger. I can relate to what he was speaking on, his relationship with him and his father. Just like I didn't have a bad relationship with my dad, but we weren't together, wasn't in the home. But he was in my life, maybe in a little distance here and there, but he was in my life, but everybody's walk situation is different. Family member, brother, sister, general, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. Remember, I include all, because I always consider there are different viewers, different listeners. But in any event, if you have a good heart, you true to oneself and got an open mind for the righteous things, got that pioneer, that pioneer connected to that divine spirit, we will understand. And as we go along on this walk, we will overstand, and then we will get to a point where we are understand. And you have to get to that point to really know what understanding means, because it was a time I didn't know that. I actually learned that from a great teacher, a brother. I've learned from some great sisters too, and in one's family. And that's another thing that make us righteous, greater, stronger. When we honor, we have honor, and I'd say righteous, humble, not soft humble or docile humble, but humble to those who deserve our humbleness. and that's what make us righteous, greater, stronger. But I want to go back to Usher. I salute Usher for having the courage to speak on black men and black fathers. Through everything that brother has been through, he still found a divine spirit within himself. He still went deep within himself and refused to not talk about what's real and what's right and what needs to be heard. Because as I said on the last podcast, as every brother and sister go through, that gets to a point where they're righteous, greater, stronger. It gets to a point where we get tired of the BS and it gets real. Everyone comes to that truth. So something I used to like to say, this is a hypothetic. This is not someone who's listening per se, but what are you going to do when the truth comes for you? Because it's going to come. It's all how we deal with it, whatever truth that is. Remember, we're all individuals. That's how that great divine made us. He loves variety, as I always say. And the Mother Nature and great divine is the author, patience, and time. The time of Mother Nature and the time of that great divine is endless. So that's why we never run out of levels. That's why every choice we make, we elevate. A lot of us have experienced this, and it made us what? Righteous, greater, stronger. That's the tools that's in all of us. We start out strong, even as a child, brother, sister. We start out strong, fearless, and fresh as a child, and it's beautiful. Then it's just unfortunate that some of us get deterred on this divine walk from being a child, but we come back, don't we? Because when divine has something for those that's seeking a righteous, on fire, warrior walk and have fun sometimes, but I'm talking about in the times when we have to be serious. I always got to throw in there and have fun. That's kind of like for me, don't be too uptight, maintain all balance when we practice, mind, body, and soul, see, hear, and feel. That good old psyche, the 7 senses. And speaking of 7, we in the 7th month, and I got a birthday coming up. I'm a Cancer, and 7 is my number. And everything, and this is divine too. And it's not just me. It's actually a sister right here on YouTube I've seen. They got a lot of 7s in her name, so a lot of us are connected. We just gotta explore and go where that great divine wants to take us. Go where no brother or sister has ever been before. We just can't be afraid. Step into the new. Be righteous, greater, stronger, and don't worry about what person, place, or thing thinks. Keep forging forward as generals do. And like I say, great divine put that tools in all of us since a child. Why I think so many of us are, think great things happen for us, because that's something that great divine been had for us since we were a child. And just think, brothers and sisters, those with a heightened self-awareness, think of all the amazing things that we have conquered along the way, all the mystical things that happened that were unexplainable. That's what all was divine. All the trials and tribulations we went through, everything we studied, everything we learned, things we learned from our parents, grandparents, all the jewels we picked up along the way. It's the reason why we're here, standing today, righteous, greater, stronger, And speaking on 7, let's go back to that number 7. And I always tell you, set the tone every morning, meditate the best way we can. Any moment we can get to ourselves where we can think and be ready for this day. Not always serious, as I said, but when we have to be ready. So I like to meditate with nature videos sometimes in the morning when I'm not outside. I get outside too, but when I'm in the house, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time zone you're in. Right now, got my 7 warriors on the screen. I spoke on this on podcast. It's an African meditation video. We have to do things to strengthen our mind, to make us righteous, greater, stronger. And you can look it up right on YouTube. It's 7 African powers, meditation, and again, it has 7 warriors standing on the screen, and it's beautiful to look at. I love the artwork. And again, it's a brother standing in the middle, and you got 3 off to the left and 3 off to the right, and one of them is a sister, and it's called 7 warrior powers. Actually, it's called 7 African powers, and it's just wonderful to look at, and I draw energy from it, and get me ready for one's day. And however we do, whatever channel we take, righteous now, whatever way we take to that divine spirit deep within, do it when we get those quiet moments. Don't take those quiet moments for granted, because that's when we develop that righteousness and become greater, man, and stronger, greater, stronger. It's wonderful. I like saying that because it's powerful. Say that to oneself in the morning. Every day can be a great day. It's ups and downs through challenges, but when you come through it, that's what make it a great day. And everything else is icing on the cake. Laughing, joking, having fun, that's icing on the cake. But when you can pierce through a challenging day, every day, all day, man, you are truly righteous, greater, stronger. Say these words to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. I am righteous, greater, stronger. You can say it like that. Say it with authority. Never ever let ourselves, brother or sister, family member, young or old, never let ourselves become a victim of nothing. Again, if you feel like you're drowning in something, or you feel a hinkling, nowhere near depression, but if you feel some kind of worry, stop. Think of those powerful things we have powered through, things we have conquered. We have conquered the impossible, brothers and sisters. We really have. And I'm speaking in our personal lives, maybe world events, our ancestors. That's why I always bring up Shaka Zulu. Matter of fact, this screen I'm looking at now, it has like a Shaka Zulu view. It shows the warriors kind of like how our ancestors dressed in the past, and that's what was on my podcast I did here recently. It was an art photo, kind of an animated photo I had on my banner, and I should explain that in that podcast, but it depicts ancient times in Kemet. It's Egypt, but it's the original name is Kemet, from what I've learned from teachers. But that's what that photo was a depiction of. It was Kemet, and it was warriors of Kemet. That's why they had the brother standing in front with the warrior paint and all that stuff, and because one thing I always say that I don't play with, well, 3 or 4 things. I don't play with my life. I don't play with others' life. I don't play with death. And I don't play with that great divine force. Because again, as many of us, great brothers and sisters, even family members, think of all those wonderful things we have conquered. Think of those weird things that happened to us that we was glad we made that right choice so something bad didn't happen. How many of us have experienced that time and time again? And that's what builds us. And that's what make us become more righteous, greater, stronger. Again, it's not about being in no spotlight and everybody see how confident. Our life will speak for itself. We don't have to push, but we never give up. Let our life speak. Let that divine move through us. Let that power of that great divine Mother Nature move through us, and those will see what one's purpose is. Because my purpose, one's purpose, is to make those feel better in my circle, in my family, and better those that I'm around best way I can. It depends on the individual that I am encountering, how they react or act, but at the things I've been through, that's why one is so positive, but a realist at the same time. Again, I'm not always, I have mood swings and feel different things, but again, brothers and sisters, as a lot of us great teachers say, and I always say, family members, be a student of human nature, and practice on become one with our emotions, master one's emotions, and we will move like that great divine, smoothly. It won't be rough. It'd be smooth. We don't have to grind when we work with that great, great divine. I told you I'm always rhyming. I don't do it on purpose. It's just 7th nature. Again, we in that 7th month. I got a birthday coming, and great birthdays to all the birthdays out there and those that are coming. And July is many months, not just July, but July is a special month, I think. But there's other months that are special too, of course, like Black History, of course, and June 16th, if we really do our research and go deeper, and not just look at it as a celebration. That's why I'm go back to our ancestors. That's why, again, like I was getting ready to say a few minutes ago, I take honoring thy ancestors very serious, far and near, especially those in times before computers and all this crap. I mean, that's what we have to ponder. That I always use Shaka Zulu as an example because he had no computers, he had no podium, he had nothing. He used whatever he had. He used the force of nature to make his impact in this world, and he made an impact, and that's wonderful, man, because he was righteous, greater, stronger. He loved more than he hate, and the hate that he did have, he turned that hate into love for his people and those who followed him. So that's how we use hate. We don't use hate on our own or ourselves. We hate the things that are toxic. Use hate for that. Hate the things that are wrong for the world, that goes against nature and influence our children wrong. Hate things like that. But we flip it and we draw that energy from that hate we feel of evil entities of the world, and we turn it into love for our people, our family, our children, significant other, and stand tall, and it feels good because righteous always come when we put forth the effort, righteous. And like I say, the number seven is a special number for me. I see sevens all the time. I got it in my number. I got it in my social security number. It's in my birthday. I was born in 1970. So if that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. And this might just be a theory or an opinion, but I think a lot of us were ordained as a child. But we don't find that out till we go through our levels and figure oneself out. And we get to a certain space where we are aware, righteous, greater, stronger. Then we see. I'm like, wow. Everything we went through wasn't no coincidence, my brothers and sisters, family. Went through it to make us the powerful generals and family members and brothers and sisters that we are today. So continue. Don't stop. Remember, every right choice we make, we elevate. So keep on forging forward. Family, children, significant other. Reaches and teaches. That's just been manifesting those righteous tools and been given that righteous speaking and energy for forever. Young or old, keep doing it. Never stop. Stay solid and, keep our minds straight. Because we have to. Excuse me for that pause. Because we have to, Always study on ways to maintain. I always reiterate. Never get to a space where we think we know everything. Keep our minds open. Don't be shut off from things. Listen to different reachers and teachers. What's always good for me, always listen to someone that knows a little bit more educated. All we can do is rise higher. That's it. It just benefits us. Because, I always like to bring up from time to time, I say this, positive energy is free all day long. But be a realist at the same time. We all got these tools in us. That's on my banner here. We all can be righteous, greater, and stronger. And we are. Again, a lot of us were ordained even as a child, brother or sister. So just remember that. Keep on forging forward and keep being positive and keep that spotlight on our children. And again, come up with different ways to discipline them. Be different. Don't always just whoop them. Of course, sometimes we got to whoop our children. We got to spank them, let them know every now and then just to kind of jerk them back into reality. But all at the same time, we speak with them and communicate with them. And get into that soul, get into their mind and this young brother or young sister and really see what's going on with them so we can figure them out, so we can help them become righteous, greater, stronger. Just like all of us generals out here, those who stand firm, family, brother, sister, man, it's not a coincidence, the foundation that we are standing on. We all have a purpose. We just got to know what that purpose is. And that great divine will drop that purpose in our spirit. And it's not always speaking. It's whatever it is. Remember, we're all individuals. It's inside of us. Again, most of us were ordained as a child. And we see it today, And we keep on manifesting and keep on being righteous, greater, stronger. Salute.